Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon, bringing you guys a Lost Lovers Frozen in Time reading. And the topic today is You Are My Unfinished Business. So this is definitely somebody that you used to have a connection with, that there is some sort of unfinished business between the two of you. And we're really going to dive in to see what things look like from your person's perspective. So just take what resonates for you at the end of the day and get rid of anything that doesn't. All the decks I'll be using here today are actually created by myself and will be listed down below, as well as this beautiful Orgonite here. So let's get into it, you guys. We're going to first take a look and see what events led to the downfall of your connection. So obviously something happened to end this connection. Why don't we go ahead and take a peek to see what exactly was that created the demise in your connection, the downfall. What is this energy? Okay, somebody got greedy. We have the greedy goblin, mischievous, evil, malicious. Now, this could, of course, be people that were around the two of you, but I just feel like someone's greed got in the way. It might have been somebody became greedy for attention, somebody got greedy for money, power, status, etc. But obviously, someone shifted gears and they were no longer playing nice. They were no longer operating from their lighter side. They shifted more into their darkness. So let's go ahead and get some tarot and get some additional information on this situation. Yeah, we have the Nine of Wands. So to me, it's like getting the hell out of Dodge. You're running for the hills. But it does say putting up a fight. I feel like instead of putting up a fight with you, the person watching the video, this person really dropped the ball. Maybe they should have stayed. Maybe they should have fought. Maybe for some of them, they should have even fought for your honor. But instead, they just gave up too easily is what I'm getting here. It could be that you came towards this person and you wanted to have a conversation with them. You wanted to ask them, hey, what the hell is going on? Just how are you feeling? What's happening here? And instead of putting up a fight or explaining things to you, I just really feel like they ran away instead. And that really created just like a hellish experience for you, the viewer. So I feel like this person may have ghosted you, ran away, got away with something. You feel like you were left holding the bag. It just was an overall shitty situation all around. So that's what we have so far, you guys. And it could even be that this person went on the defense as well. And sometimes guilty people do that. People that are lying or trying to get away with something, instead of admitting it, they'll somehow gaslight you and maybe even make you feel like you're doing something wrong, or no, they're not doing anything, you're overthinking, etc. So that's kind of what I'm seeing here, as this has led to a downfall. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, we have doll parts, torn to pieces, scattered, discarded. Some of you guys really feel like you were just discarded like trash from this person. It's just like you were so easily disposable to this person. At least that's how it seemed at that particular time. What is this song from? What is it? Hole, right? Courtney Love sings this song called Doll Parts, I think. So I don't know. There could be some kind of a correlation there between that song and how you felt or something like that. But you did feel torn to pieces from this person. Everything just got torn apart. Your connection was torn apart. This also could be this person started scattering their energy. So instead of just focusing on you and your connection, it may be that their little bit of mischievous greed got in the way and they started spreading themselves in another situation. Do you have the Ace of Bones? Yeah, so to me, this is like a new venture, something new, something new came in. That's what I'm getting here. Something new came in and it tore your connection apart. Obviously, your person and the way that they handled the situation, the way that they went about it, that was their decision. It's not like it was someone else that caused the problem. No, your person allowed some other situation or new venture to get in the way and cause them to go after that instead and leave you behind. So it's a very sad tale is what I'm seeing here. Could have been even a job opportunity. Not all of this has to be malicious, even though that's the first card that we got. Some of them just could have gotten a new job opportunity and they had to move, or they had to take that opportunity, and that's what tore your connection apart. So please just take it how it resonates for you. Yeah, so some of you guys, that's what it was. So I feel like Spirit is saying, hey, you know what? That's not going to be for everyone. Somebody's profession, what they did for a living with the butcher shop, that's really ultimately what tore this situation apart. Maybe somebody felt like, you know, they had a lot of money that they needed to make. They had to get out of debt. They had to fix their lives in some way. And so that all they could focus on was that, the material side of life, rather than your feelings or your connection. Okay, so we have the Magician that came through. Some of them, yes, that has something to do with what they do for a living. But I do feel like some of them used this as an excuse. They might have used work as an excuse, or they might have used something as an excuse when really something else was going on. So I do feel like some of you guys were lied to by this person. They tried to pull the wool over your eyes. They were a little bit of a trickster with that Magician energy, and you believed them because maybe you wanted to, or because they were really convincing. And maybe you found out later on that they really did lie, or it really wasn't what they made it seem. But I just feel like someone pulled the wool over someone's eyes and just kind of created a diversion so you wouldn't really see what was going on. So ultimately, that's what ended up tearing this connection apart, is somebody's inability to be honest, somebody being greedy, or perhaps somebody's job or what they were focused on getting in the way, and they just could no longer make your connection a priority. So, like I said, just take it as it resonates for your situation. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at, how did your separation impact this person? So when everything was all said and done, okay, let's just say they went off into another situation. How did it ultimately make them feel in the end, right? How do they ultimately feel when your separation finally sunk into them? How do they feel? How did your separation impact this person? Okay, so we have Masculine Spirit. I do feel like somebody at first tried to act like they were totally fine. They were in power. It was in their control. So I feel like this might be somebody who dealt with the blow of your separation later, maybe not right away. It might not have hit this person right away because they were trying to just kind of remain in this position of power. And also they could have been doing a lot of things in the material world, so they weren't really focused on this loss at first. It may not have hit this individual until later. Okay, so we have ready to take the next step. And I just feel like rather than taking the next step with you, they obviously took the next step in either another situation or just in their life. So I do not feel like this person, it hit them, the loss of you, until later. If they did go into another connection, it didn't hit them until after that connection was over. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. It really did not hit them until later. Yeah, it was temporary. Yeah, that's exactly what Spirit's telling me. The situation that they were in, they were like kind of enchanted by it, but then they became disenchanted. So it was only temporary. It only captivated them for a period of time, but eventually whatever kind of, let's just say, spell they were under, not really, eventually wore off. And that, I feel, is when they started to become impacted by your separation. Yeah, so this is like this feeling of, ooh. So if they did go into, let's just say, another connection, they ended up feeling really stuck and very much inside of their head with that Eight of Swords at some point down the line. So again, not an immediate feeling of the loss of you, but eventually it did happen. You came back around. I see the eights here. When we turn them this way, they become infinity symbols. And so that just like what comes around goes around, comes back around. The thought of you eventually came back. They may have temporarily put you out of their mind, put you on hold, but you did come back. And when you did come back, they did experience some sort of anxiety, some sort of stress, some sort of feelings of, what did I do? They may have even felt unhappy or trapped with that person that they moved on with. Now, if there wasn't another person, this just could be somebody who dedicated their time and their efforts to other things, such as work or responsibilities, but ultimately ended up becoming unhappy in that situation and feeling trapped in it. So it was like, it was a trap. So they thought that they were going to be happier. They thought the grass was going to be greener on the other side. They thought they made the right decision. But when they got there eventually, they realized, oh shit, it was a trap. I fooled myself. We have Spirit of the Sun. Yeah, you did come back to life for this person. It's like they went through some sort of darkness. They went through some sort of shadow. They were finally illuminated. So something came to light for them. Their feelings came back to life. Their feelings for you, whatever they pushed down or didn't want to deal with or were distracting themselves with other things, it did come back up for this person eventually. It did. So they did feel something for you. So how did your separation impact your person? It didn't impact them immediately, but it did at a later date. Because it's like we can run from our feelings, we can shove them down, but eventually they're going to come back up. Yep, everything is crumbling down. They went through a tower moment. So whatever, they might have been riding high for a while. They might have been on top of the world. They might have felt like, I made great decisions. This is what I needed to do. I feel free. I have this, I have that now. That didn't last. Your person had a tower. They had a tower energy. And that tower moment really caused your person to go, wow, I guess not everything that I thought was going to make me happy actually did make me happy. So they felt the loss of you eventually. So yes, it did dawn on this person that they actually lost you and that they ruined something with the two of you. That is how I'm seeing your person at this particular time when it comes to the impact that your separation had on them. Okay, that's what I'm seeing here. Let's just go ahead and get another set here. I'm just feeling that. How else did your separation impact them? So we have the Spirit of the Rabbit, so the feeling of wanting to be with you again and like kind of maybe contact you to connect with you again. It came back up for this person. So I feel like they went through a season. They literally went through a season where they were over you, that they weren't interested, that they were elsewhere. But something came back around. They were in a different season, a different mindset when they started thinking about you again and desiring you again. So the feeling of wanting to be with you, curious to see maybe what you've been up to, this person's, it's like their ears peaked, like you got their attention. They were paying attention to you again. They were thinking about you again. And we have working hard in my zone. So this is somebody who's just basically still working or, they're just like doing their daily grind, basically. They're still just kind of surviving and waking up and going to work and just going through the motions. But I feel like there's still something here where they have some spark for you. So it's like they may have screwed things up and they may, have destroyed some sort of communication or opportunity to be on good terms with you, but there was still some desire that they were feeling, even if they did not let you know, okay? Even if they didn't let you know. Let's get one more round. How else did your separation impact this person? So I feel like they still desired you even though they didn't have you. Maybe this person really worked hard to like pretend that they were okay. Because they could have an ego. And the reason that I say that is because of this energy here. And it's not to say all masculine has ego. But I feel like this masculine spirit is somebody who wants to remain in control. They want to remain in a power position. So they're not going to let you know that they made a mistake. They're not going to let you know that they were wrong. They don't want to admit weakness. They don't want to admit defeat. So this person wanted you, but you may not have known that. They may not have ever actually told you this, that I made a mistake. We have the Spirit of the Pentacle. We have faith. Okay, maybe having some sort of faith that somehow you guys can change the circumstances. Somehow things might change between the two of you one day. Maybe having faith that maybe one day you'll reach back out to them or something like that. Enjoying this phase. Yeah, so I feel like your person, like what they eventually got to, they got to a place where they were just like, okay, you know what, I made a mistake, I screwed up, I lost you, I messed that up. Rather than coming back to it and trying to do anything to fix it, they just kind of hung back. That could be the phase that they're in right now, or that could just be a phase that you guys have just been in for a very long time. because I feel like they kept just like, maybe one day I'll revisit this. Maybe one day I'll do something with this. And I feel like for a lot of you, this person never did anything. They just kind of let it go, but yet you still linger somewhere in their energy field. And that's why we have this unfinished business now between the two of you. This person just didn't do anything. They didn't pick it back up, even though it's like they would enjoy being in your company again. They would actually, they're very much still attracted to you. They still have some sort of curiosity towards you. Their feelings for you and these feelings of likeness and all this stuff never went away. It's still there. So even though the connection seems to be over, they still have some sort of fire lit for you. So, but I feel like maybe they had some sort of faith that you would return, that somehow you guys would cross paths again. That may not have happened. So it's like you guys are now in this unfinished business stage. So now we're going to take a look and see, do they currently have regrets when it comes to you? Let's see what their regrets look like. What kind of regrets does this person have when it comes to you? Okay, so I do feel like they did not have regrets at first. And the reason why was because they desensitized themselves. They remained unfazed. They numbed themselves out with someone else or something else. So it didn't occur to them for a while that they actually screwed up and that they did miss you and that they missed out on a good thing. So I feel like maybe if they have any regrets now when it comes to you, is that they wish that they wouldn't have wasted so much time, because maybe had they come back sooner, they would have had a better chance with you. But some of them waited too long. So it's just like, it's just too long. I waited too long for this. Too much time has gone on, I feel. Yeah, I should have told you how I felt. I should have told you how I felt, because now that so much time has gone on, the Knight of Cups, it's like, if your person were to tell you how they're feeling now, would you even believe them? Would you just think that they're full of it? Would you just think they're full of shit, right? How could I believe somebody that would just, kind of discard me as easily as you did, or that moved on in another situation or even lied about it? So they do have regrets that they didn't tell you how they felt sooner. They know that they should have told you sooner, either I'm sorry or told you how they felt. So that's a regret that they have. Yep, there it is. It's the time. It's the time that they let go on, where they did not take any action towards you. This person, seriously, you guys are frozen in time. And, Spirit brings to me just different phrases. And I've used frozen in time before in other readings, but I just really felt like it was, it applied to today's reading. And there's that confirmation. Your connection now is frozen in time. And it is because your person took too long. They took too long numbing themselves out. They took too long not dealing with this. They took too long putting their feelings on hold or trying to put them on freeze mode and just not feeling them. So now it has created, in a way, a pause and a barricade between the two of you. So it does make it difficult for them to return. Yep, I'm a fool. I instead of taking this risk towards you, instead of just hitting the restart button and starting fresh and starting new and just doing this, taking the initiative, I instead just stayed in the dark. I stayed in the shadows. I didn't go towards the light. We know that your person had some sort of an epiphany and awareness. It did come to them. But when it came to them, they still didn't do anything with this. They still didn't take any action on this connection. So one of their regrets is that they still didn't do anything, that they haven't done anything. Yep, negligent. That's it. First of all, I feel like they're also feeling like they were reckless, right? They were reckless when it came to you. They were negligent when it came to your feelings, considering how things may have impacted you, checking in with you to see how you were, see, just how you're doing. I feel like this person was negligent to do that, so they do feel some guilt and shame on that. They should have. Yep, we have the Chariot, barricade. So we have the word barricade twice in two different decks. Barricade. So now there seems to be a barricade. Some of you guys, it could be that there is a circumstance in your guys' lives now that are kind of keeping the two of you from being together. There could be other relationships. There could just be circumstances like, not just time, but distance or something, or just life situations. It's like now so much time has gone on. Now so many circumstances have built up. Wow, it just seems insurmountable now. I should have done this a while ago. I should have done this back then. Why didn't I do it? So I do feel like your person is in regret that they didn't act on this earlier, that they wasted a lot of time. Yep, pain. They feel regret and sadness that they caused you pain. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. They feel bad about it. Yep, that they did you an injustice, that they were corrupt, that they didn't tell you the truth, that they didn't handle you fairly, that they just dealt you an injustice is what I'm seeing here. They were not fair at all with their decision. They weren't fair with the way that they went about this, and they have not even apologized to, I would say, probably most of you. And that does actually bring them some sort of pain. It pains them that they didn't tell you that they were sorry. It pains them that they didn't tell you what they were feeling and thinking at the time. So your person really, yeah, they've got unfinished business. You are this person's unfinished business, and they do feel a lot of pain. And they might even torment themselves over the fact that they did you dirty and they haven't even apologized. And maybe they're just feeling too like clownish or just too much like a fool to do anything to change it. So they definitely are going through some major stuff. So anyways, you guys, we're going to go ahead and shift over onto the extended. So I will put the link in the description box down below, as well as put it in the top comment in the comment section. But we're going to look at their current view on you and your connection. So what are they seeing and how are they feeling towards you now? What emotions or thoughts do they feel drawn to exchange with you? What surges of energy are motivating them to take action towards you? So let's just see what is motivating them to change these circumstances, and where's this connection destined to head next in the future? So where is this all going eventually? What is meant to be for you and this person? So anyways, you guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it some love, and hopefully I'll see you guys over on the extended. Take care. Bye-bye.